I see J.J. Mays, and once I seen J.J. Mays, I just walked out like it wasn't nothing. So I see Looney arguing with Looney was talking shit to the police. And Touche, I don't know what happened with Touche. I guess he was drunk or something. I don't know, but he seen me coming back, so the police go back there and miraculously find the dope, man. They found 2 pill bottles full of dope. I go to jail.
Lines say they too feel frustrated. When they're told the crime rate is dropping, they point to the children they arrest, who are back on the streets the next day, armed, and making hundreds of dollars every night selling drugs. This is Forrest Sawyer for Nightline in Los Angeles.
I only go to jail for tickets. And I end up had cameras on me. And the messed up thing about that same night I went to jail, is when Baby Cal got shot.
For the dime moves and the lokes, for the 6-4s on spokes, for the OGs that did a dime, came back around on parole, for the homegirls with the scrap game, little homies that gang bang, from Pelican Bay to YA, rearrange your mind frame. Yeah, I know what you've been through, shit you had to go tend to. Your mama gave birth on the turf, I know them killers you kin to. This for the lost generation, broke as hell, man.
A lot of, lifting weights, and I was on swole, they start calling me Big Miz.
Original Stutter Box, Eastside 5, who's Pebble on Bishop, Mill City Gangster Bloods.
Yeah, make video, you know, this is for sure. Yeah, make video, open your soul.
This is from the beginning.
All that stuff happened to Baby Cal and T-Mac the same night.
So look, did you come home after that, or you never?
I bailed out. The day I came, well, yeah, I bailed out because the day I bailed out, Lil Looney came home on that violation. Yup.
Oh, so you got to see Earl before he passed.
Yeah,
I thought you was gone for all of that.
No, I seen him. He came home. Marley Marl had him. When I bailed out, I went on 58th. I was talking to Big Loon because I made sure he was cool. And Lil Loon popped up. He was out, and we kicked it. But that's when all this stuff was going on with Baby Cal now.
So how long before you caught that dope case did you catch the one case that sent you away for a long time?
45 days. I stayed out on bail 45 days. Caught this case.
What kind of case did you catch?
I caught a murder and 2 attempted murders.
Can we dig into that?
I mean, it ain't really nothing but went to a party. Party got shot up. Somebody got shot. And when we went back and retaliated, someone was killed.
And how long after that incident did you get captured?
Next day.
Next day.
Yeah.
What happened? They came to the house?
Yeah. Yeah. The license plates.
And this is what? August of 1990?
Nope, July. I got the case the crime was committed on the 28th. I went to jail on the 29th.
And when did you come home?
January 7th, 2019.
So you're in the county jail in 1990. What's going on in the county jail in 1990 as far as politics, gangs, race, the sheriff deputies? What's the atmosphere?
Well, when I first hit the county jail, I went straight to the Crip module. I went to the gang module where, I just knew it was, I already knew it was there. Because, back before I went to jail, I used to accept phone calls from people that was in the county, and I already knew it was there, so it was easy. I just told them, man, I want to go to the module. You're a Crip, I'm a Crip, man. I'm from wherever, and I want to go to the module. So I went to the module, and I ran into Big C-Dog, Lil Shyster, Lil Capone, Lil Slap, Lil Petey Wack, Eric, Baby Wino. Yeah, I mean, he was in there with me. Kevin came through there. We got them, him and Daddy Amp in there.
Man, let me, did you? I know you caught the gun case with S.
Man, I had a bunch of gun cases. I think I might have been in there for that gun, that baby Ron. The night I went to jail, the night Ron got killed.
Right, but he's on the streets.
And I caught the case. I mean, did the time later.
Baby C-Dog, Lil Banker T. Who else was in there? That was basically it.
You hear
and Crip. My boy Crip was in there with shit starting Crip.
You hear these old 4800 Crip stories from back in the days. Can you compare that with 1990 Crip stories? Was it similar? Watered down?
No,
the same? What was going on?
I think 4800 was a little bit more because you had 6-man cells. So you didn't know who was going to be in your cell at the time. You might be in the cell with a Hoover or whatever, I guess. But being in 2700 in the Crip module where I was at, they had just shut 48 down. And they opened up 27 and 21, 23. So we was in 1-man cells. Because all that chaotic stuff was going on. It was just a lot of stuff going on then. And it was just 1-man cells. And our role was nothing but, it was homies, UGs, 9-0s, 111s. Denver Road was Harlem's, Raymond's. Abel and Baker Road was East Coast's, 8-7 gangsters, 4-Trade gangsters. Probably PJ Watts.
All 1-man cells?
All 1-man cell.
So basically wasn't no drama then?
No drama. Hell yeah, it was drama. Especially when you go to court. Go to court or go to visiting. It was drama.
Set tripping or racial shit?
Set tripping. Set tripping. Oh, man. Especially visiting. Better have a cuff key. Because if you they cuff you to a thing when you go to visiting. Cuff you to a thing, you got to talk in the visiting room. So if you ain't got a cuff key to come out, and them dudes, like either you from A-Tray, you from Hoover, you from PBG, wherever, they come out that cuff key, they gonna beat your ass.
Are these jailhouse made cuff keys, or are these people smuggling in actual
jailhouse made cuff keys? I think they was making them with little staples, but it was both. But it was, I seen some people get one out the stapler, come up out that. I'm like, whoa.
Some niggas could use their comb.
Yeah, they comb to get out. Yeah.
Did anybody ever peel out their cuffs on you?
Tried to. You couldn't get out. They tried. They couldn't get out.
So your whole county jail fighting your case was in a 1-man cell? You never?
No, I was in a module for about a year. A little over a year. I caught an assault on the police in the module.
What's the story behind that?
We was going to school. They let us go to school, and to the 3rd floor. But we got, as we walked to the 3rd floor, we had to have our hands in our pockets. And this deputy dude was like, "Look at this asshole." He called me an asshole, but I ignored him. He was like, "Hey, inmate, hey asshole," and I ignored him. And he said, "Hey, you hear me talking to you?" And I ignored him. As soon as he grabbed me, I fired on him. My reflexes, I just hit him. And we start tussling in the hallway. And all I hear is 415, officer involved. And all I see is 50 more cops on my ass, man. They was on me. They tied me up, put my legs and my arm together all like this. Took me down to the watch commander office like that. I went to the hole. And when I got out the hole, I had one of them court order passes to go to court. Was it upstairs on Bouchette? Giles Court. I went to Giles Court. They charged me with assault, which was a county lid. And I just pleaded guilty the same day.
How long did you fight your case for?
2 years.
So 1990 to 1992?
Mm-hmm.
You was in there when the riots kicked off, or you was already? Mm-hmm. So you was in there when Draws and Smurf and all these dudes was coming through the county?
Yeah. I was there when Draws, Eddie Boy, all of them.
Were you coming across them? Or just here?
Yeah. I was down there with Draws. We was on $1 million road together. Yeah. When they gave me $1 million bill, they sent me the other $1 million road.
were you coming across or having any issues with the guys, homeboys who you were accused of knocking down?
Nah.
None of those guys were approaching you?
No.
That wasn't an issue?
No, because you had some of them in there for killing some of our homies. I mean, even in prison. I mean, that's just how it is, I guess. But no. I didn't have no problem. It was an incident where the homie took off on Smurf from Shoreline. He took off on Smurf. He took off on it was Smurf. He took off on Smurf and a couple more guys. And the H-Rays was kind of mad about it. Few other cats. And they tried to, I guess it was me, Little Nugget from Raymond, Baldhead from Raymond, a few other homies, D-Dog from 111. So we go up in there and the H-Rays was in there. They was kind of mad that it happened. So they was like, what's up with your homeboy over there tripping on the homie or something like that. So me being a young, I'm feeling like you testing me now. So basically I was like, I don't know. I said, I don't know nothing about that, but nigga, it's 6-0, whatever, you know. I mean, I get down with any one of you niggas, what's happening? And so they sized me up with Track. But me and Track never fought for some reason. And Baldhead got down with who Baldhead get down with? He got down with Chico. And Lil Nugget got down with Lil Stag Lee. Yeah, that was cool though.
So you're in the county for 2 years fighting a murder case. Did you take a deal or you got found guilty?
I took a deal, man. I took a deal for 15 to life. I thought I was gonna go to youth authority, but it didn't happen the way it's supposed. I thought it was gonna happen. I ended up going to prison.
I mean, were there discussions that you can possibly get sent to youth authority?
It was discussed from my attorney that I can probably go on a 90-day op because I seen a site from YA referring me to go to youth authority and all that. All that was already going down. But then when I go in there to get sentenced, it was like, they were surprised to even hear this. And the judge was like, if I had to rule on this, I would say no. You going to prison. And that's where I went.
So I wanted to know how old you were when you got arrested for that murder.
I was 18.
And so when you got convicted, when you got the plea deal was what, at 21 or something?
When the age I was,
yeah.
I was 20.
So let me ask you something. When I used to talk to you over the years, and even when you was in the county jail fighting that case, you used to always say you was coming home for 30 years straight. Did you really believe that?
You know what? Yeah, I believed that one day I was gonna get out. I didn't know when, because in the beginning of it, I just knew going to prison, it was about survival now. I can't worry about or think about when I'm getting out. I gotta try to, just be like, man, it's about survival now. I gotta do this program, But I was always hopeful. My parents was hopeful, always hopeful.
What did you think you was gonna do the 15 and then come home, or you thought it was gonna get reversed?
12. I really thought I was gonna do 12. Like he said, you'll probably do 12 years and get out. And I'm like, so I started fighting my case, and my co-defendant was helping me a whole lot. He was helping me, man. He showed me some stuff that probably could have got us a not guilty verdict if I would have went to trial. You know what I'm saying?
Where were your co-defendants from?
My co-defendant was from he was from the Hundreds.
Did everybody take deals?
No, he went to trial. But he went to trial first. Then once he got found guilty, it was like, he got first degree murder. So I'm like, damn, if he got found guilty, man, ain't no way in hell I'm gonna beat it.
Were there any deals given to you guys before?
Yeah, it was on for 11 and one for 16. Me 16, him 11 years. But my co-defendant was more or less like he felt like he could beat it because nobody really identified him. But what we didn't understand, I think it was, that was his mom's car. So there's no getting around it.
So he got offered 11 and you got offered 16.
Yeah.
And I guess the code for street dudes is if one doesn't take the deal, neither one of you guys do.
Don't take it now. It was a package deal anyway, but it was a package. I couldn't take it. He couldn't take it without me, or I couldn't take it without him. So, and I was talking. I was like, man, Spody, come on, man, come. We could take. But he felt like he could beat it, so I was just like, okay, well, I'm young. I'm not gonna be mad about it. I'm young. I'm just like, okay.
That's crazy to me, knowing that you guys pretty much got caught dead bang for a murder, and they're offering you guys
they offered us
11 and 16, and at that time it was halftime, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was halftime, man. It was halftime. We didn't know no better. We were still blind to the law. We didn't really understand the significance of things. We were just like, man, I was just like, man, 8 years is a long time, but I'll do 8 years compared to what I gotta do, what I done. But I was more or less, we was in it together, man. So we were just like, well, if he ain't gonna take it, there's nothing else I can really say about it, man.
And pretty much, this is pretty much your first time going to jail. You didn't do the juvenile hall camp YA program.
No, I didn't do that. I did it in juvenile hall, like out of town and all that. I've been to jail as a juvenile out here, but I didn't got right out.
So first case, you get 15 with the L.
Yep, 15 with the L, man. Did 29 on that. God bless me home, man.
So it wasn't no homies lacing you guys?
In the module?
Yeah, just lacing you about court and lacing you about...
The only person that was lacing me about court when I was in the module was C-Dog and Motor Mouse. Motor Mouse laced me a whole lot.
Oh, you met Mouse on your first round in the county?
Yeah. I was a mess with Mouse. I used to be in his cell and everything. I used to mess with Mouse.
Yeah, Mouse was in the county back in 90?
Yep. Yeah, got out and went right back. That's how he got that 25.
Were you aware of Mouse's reputation at that time?
Yeah. Yeah. I heard about Mouse. I really heard about him in the module. C-Dog talked highly of him. Yep. Mouse used to come over there and check on us. He was pro-per. He was on the pro-per side, so he was fighting his own case.
So now you got your time. So wait a minute, you thought you were going to YA, and at sentencing, it didn't happen. Did you look at your lawyer like, what the fuck?
Hell yeah, I looked at her like, what is going on? I'm looking at my mother and my dad, and they looking at me like, I'm like, I just did like, damn, man, I don't know.
Was Mouse and older homies lacing you on what you had to look forward to in prison? Or were you blind? You was on your own. You was going to figure it out hands on.
Well, Mouse basically was lacing my boots in while I was fighting my case. What to expect, what to do, what not to do. And the one thing he specifically said, do not fall up under nobody's paperwork, man. Don't do it.
Coming from Mouse, he told you that?
Yes, he said that, man. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. You from 60s, that's it. Because I heard a lot about the different politics and the Blue Nose, the CCLs. I heard about that when I was in the module because, that's just what you was hearing. But coming from him and he's saying that, and I heard a lot about him, that meant a lot. That let me know, okay, you're not one of them manipulating guys that'll slide something under your door or try to slide you something to read. You one of them genuine homies that's going to tell you to up and up about this. And I appreciate Mouse for that, man. I really did.
What other household name homies did you come across up in there?
In the module?
Just period, in the county jail before you went to the
in the county jail, Basically, the ones I mentioned in the module. Who else came? Kev Mac was in there with me. Kev Mac. I seen Shawnee Mac before I caught the chain to pen. Shawnee Mac came through. He had a little case.
He said he was in there in the county jail with Mouse at that time. Did you come across him?
No, but Shawnee Mac and Moss was in the same spot.
Where they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shawnee Mac was there. What else I seen up in there, man? I seen Kenyatta, Kenny Mac, rest in peace, Unc. I seen a lot of dudes, man. I was running Duke. I was running into a gang of the homies, man. They were just coming through. It was cool. And I got the white side, C-Rag. Who else I seen?
So look at 19.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was just thinking. I was in there twice while he was in there because I went back with Elbow the second time.
So 1990, you're not speaking on no racial issues. You're speaking on strictly gangbanging, set tripping. What were the Mexicans doing in the county jail?
Well, when I was in the Central County, you don't really get all that racism stuff. When I got the white side, East Max, it was cracking. It was cracking, man, with the Mexicans. It was my first night there. I seen C-Rag. I talked to C-Rag, Bird, Lil Crip Cal. It was a few other cats. Man, they got into a riot with the Mexicans next door to my dorm. It was a big old riot, man. And then they sent them to Supermax, and we ended up staying where we was at. But it would go down in East Max. It was going down because East Max, when I was in Max, it was a Crip facility. Could no Bloods. If you was a Blood, you could not go to East Max back then. They would send them to Medium North. So if you get on the bus, talking about you coming to Max, they ain't getting off that bus. Because that's nothing but Crips there. And there's some real set tripping going on because when Casper got killed 91, we was going up with the Hoovers on East Max. Real tough when Monster Cody was up there. And he was calling dogs on them dudes, man.
So that's crazy. At the height of set tripping, a race riot kicks off, and what? Motherfuckers just put it to the side for a brief minute.
None of your business.
And then afterwards, we're back cutting each other up.
Cutting each other up, man. But I remember when I got the Max, I was there for a minute. They had just jumped on Duke. Man, when we was together. Yeah, they
got Duke the day I left.
Yeah, they got Duke. They got him good, man. And that's when all the stuff was going on out here with Casper and them. When Casper got killed, and that was going on with the Hoovers. So when I got inside the dorm, I see Bub. I see a few Hoovers. I see some Hoovers in there. I see Monster Cody. He in there. But my uncle, not my uncle, but Derod's best friend, which I call him my uncle. He grew up with Derod and Raymond too. His name is Perry. He was in there. And I see Perry, so I'm talking to Perry. Like, what's up, Perry? So the Hoover dudes, I couldn't even make my bed up, man. The Hoover dudes came up to me like 4 deep, like, what's up, man? I said, what's up? He said, where you from? So I'm 60s. I told him where I was from. You gotta go. It's Hoover, you gotta go. I gotta go. Yeah, you gotta go. I said, listen, man, I'll get down with any one of you dudes, man. But I'm not just rolling up. You're going to have to beat my ass. But my uncle, for some reason, he did some bull crap, man. He got that the police, and the police called me out of there, whatever. Then Monster ended up socking my uncle. Well, he ain't my uncle, but he's a friend of the family. I called him my uncle. But Monster socked him out. And then that's the last time I seen Monster. We was handcuffed together. And I told him, I said, man, your day coming one day, buddy. I told him that. Because when I first met Monster in the county, he was super cool, man. He wasn't tripping. He wasn't on nothing, man. It was me, him, and Ripper. We was in the 2000 floor in the day room because they was finna go to Wayside. And I seen Monster, and he was striking up all on the walls or whatever. And he was cool. He wasn't tripping. He wasn't even on nothing.
Was he aware that you were in there for something that happened to one of his homeboys?
No, I don't know. I doubt it. I think he was in jail. But the thing is, he was cool. And there's a whole lot of these dudes that's in here for somebody homeboy, but they end up being cool. I done ran into a lot of dudes like A-Trays and killed homies, 60s. I sent 60s, killed A-Tray, Hoovers and killed 60s. And these dudes kick it. They talk. You know what I'm saying? I learned that's just how it is, man.
But that's once you get to the penitentiary, you know? County jail.
Well, you got something that was cool in the county, because it was something that was cool in the county. I mean, it wasn't, a lot of them wasn't, it was a lot of them on it, but it was some that wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But you got some that's super cool, man. You can just sit them down one-on-one. They be cool as a motherfucker, man. But when you get around your homies or get around their homies, that's when they start, I don't know.
So you're in the county jail in '92 in the riots. So you're in there when the population is just exploding.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I was in the Hall of Justice, and the verdict just came, and I see Draws. He was up under the TV looking. He was mad as a mug. So I'm like, damn, all right. So I go to my row, and go lay down or whatever. About 3 in the morning, we go to breakfast. Before we can even come out, I hear the police screaming, deputy involved, Pop, deputy involved. That was Big U, False Face from Hoover, and I want to say Gangsta E from Pasadena Raymond. They took off on the police, man.
Because of what they saw on TV?
Yeah, because of the verdict. They took off on the police, man. They took off. We was on lockdown. They fucked that police up, man. Bad.
I want to go back to how, when, and why Monster Cody changed.
I don't know, man. Maybe because of the stuff with whoever, when Casper got killed, and I guess the little war on the streets could have been that. I don't know.
How did his attitude change?
Man, he got big. He tried to get me rushed. And he had a hand on all the Hoovers. He really had a hand on all them dudes. And I think he was involved with, was he in there with you with Duke? Oh, he wasn't? Because I'm finna say.
Stag Lee was.
See? Which one? The skinny one?
Yeah.
I was in the module with him. See, that's what I'm saying. When they get that little power, that's what happened. And Stag Lee was a good dude too. I was in the module with him. When they brought us all together, he was on the same row with me. He was cool. Chico was my dog. Wiggles from Broadway. My man, I learned a lot from a lot of dudes, man. Mad Bone.
So Casper got knocked down, what, 91 or 92?
91.
So it was on and cracking with the Hoovers. We couldn't live with them up in there.
Oh, man, we was going down. West side, it was going down, man. For real. It was going down, man. Squabbling, going to court, squabbling, whatever. It's going down.
So the 1992 Rodney King verdict changes all that, and we start taking off on police?
They took off. I know it was Face and Draws and Gangsta Eric from Pasadena Raymond. They did that thing, and I guess it led to some ripple effects after that, probably. But we couldn't even get out ourselves. We wouldn't even let us out ourselves. We started getting cell-fed and everything.
Were you still in the county jail? Where were you at when you heard there was a peace treaty on the streets?
County jail? I said it on TV.
Did you believe what you were seeing?
I seen y'all at South Park.
LA Confession.
Catch me riding up on the boulevard with the homies riding, we bumpin' Cam on the way to Watts, a hood meeting about to begin. We talking peace from the dime moves to the keyways. They tired of killing each other, stopping the gunplay. There's power in numbers, realizing we too great. We black men and we fight oppression like every day. So we got team up and join forces to fight back. And it don't matter you Crip blood or you brown black. And as we get in the building, I'm seeing Cass say what's up to him and big fuck off, giving a dap. Look up on the stage and I see it's my brother Cam. Throws a fist in the sky, now his speech about to begin. I'm taking my seat, I don't bang so I'm in the back. But I'm supporting my brothers with the peace movement, I'm here. We gotta stand together cause pigs, they want us dead. Ain't no time for black on black cause we need each other, my nigga. We on the
I'm like this, man. Peace. If it's for peace, cool. You know, I roll with the majority back then. I wasn't one of them dudes to say, man, forget all that. I'm not doing none of that. Nah, I'm just gonna roll with the punches because it's like I'm not bigger than the team.
You know what just popped in my head when you said that? I think it was probably 89 or 90. I was at some kind of Farrakhan thing in the sports arena with my cousin. And you and the homies came up in there. You remember that?
Yeah.
What was going on where the homies were going to Farrakhan meetings?
Oh yeah, it was Big U. Big U, Keystone, Big Cat, Lil Cat. You was there, Kev Mac, huh? You wasn't there? Shiny Mac was there though. I think Shiny Mac was there. Shiny Mac. Yeah, they just had, you know, Draws was really into the fair. He was into that movement, so he was one of them persons that he would push for betterment for, like, as far as being God conscious about, you know, the Farrakhan thing.
So the agenda, Farrakhan's agenda that night wasn't trying to bring the gangs together, or?
Yeah, it was. A Muslim named Oliver X. Beasley got killed by the police, and they had a big old rally at the sports arena because of that, and a lot of Crips and a lot of Bloods was there, and they donated money.
Black boys are real racial. We didn't start it, but we can finish it. Y'all don't know LA Confessions, come to you for your blessings. How bad we being burnt, Father, we done learned our lessons. Stressing ain't nothing more real than what we've been through. Doing more destroying and building, look what we turned our children into. Killing is simple, ain't no feelings to they mental. Sex, drugs, money, and violence, they guidance ain't parental. So now it's a heavy price, gotta constantly be paid. Forgive us, Jesus Christ, for these monsters we done made. Mamas prayed for our babies all through slavery. 400 years of blood, sweat, and tears and bravery's what you gave me. So same way you saved me, we tryna save our black men from this corner that they got us back then. So I'm tapped in with Kev Mac, King Real and Daddy Cool. King's glad that we said that the things we never learned in school. Each one